Hey guys, Miss Trap here. I am here because I want to help you practice eliminating run-on sentences from your writing. Okay, so that's our objective today. We're going to try to work on eliminating all run-on sentences from your writing. It's a pretty big issue. Um, some of you tend to write these really long, boring sentences, and it drives me absolutely insane. So today we're going to just get those out of there, and we're going to look at two examples to do that. Here's the first one. Okay, this is my example. My father was a math teacher at St. Xavier High School for several years, and he loved it. But about 6 years ago, he decided to retire. So now he stays at home and works on things he enjoys, like welding and working on his tractor. He also travels a lot with my mother. He seems to really like retirement. Now, not my ideas aren't bad, okay, and all of this is true. I've got it all together. It's all related, it's all on the same subject, but it is all one sentence. And it doesn't tell me when to breathe. Okay, you've got to put periods and commas in because it tells you when to breathe. So here's what I did to change it. Okay. I wrote, my father was a math teacher at St. Xavier High School for several years, comma, and he loved his job. This is a conjunction. You guys know your conjunctions. It's fanboys. For, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. You are more than welcome to use conjunctions in your writing. It really helps connect them. If you do that, though, you need to have a comma before the conjunction. So pay attention to how I did it there. And he loved his job. However, about 6 years ago, he decided to retire. You see how I said but here and I said however here? I've told you like a million times I don't like it when you start a sentence with but however's fine. So this is kind of a way to start a new sentence without using the word but. Okay? Now he stays at home and works on things he likes. He enjoys let's read it again. Now he stays at home and works on things he enjoys, like welding and working on his tractor. He also travels a lot with mother. And I should say with my mother, so I'm going to fix it. Okay? The semicolon. This thing right here, it's a dot and a comma. It's called a semicolon. And you use it to combine two sentences that are related. So this first sentence tells you what he does now, and this also tells you what he does. So those two sentences are related, so we combine them using a semicolon. Notice I don't capitalize this sentence, okay, this part of the sentence, and notice I put what should be one space between the semicolon and the first word. Okay, he seems to really like retirement. Now, this is my better example. Study it for a minute. I want you to notice a couple things. Okay, first of all, I have some short sentences and some long sentences. That really helps readers understand it better. It just makes it so much easier to read, and it makes it sound better too. Make compound sentences using a conjunction. We talked about that up here. Combine two related sentences with a semicolon. Okay, I did that right here. And then don't be afraid to change the wording around a little bit. Like, you don't have to keep exactly what I say here. If you write like this the first time, don't be afraid to change it. So instead of but, I write however. You're going to see that in my next example as well. So let's look at another example. Here's the final draft. Here's the first draft. I have two dogs and I love them. My first dog is named Swish and she is a border collie mix. She's a little overweight, but she has a ton of energy and can chase a ball or stick all day long. But when there's a storm, she hides under a bed because she's afraid of she's afraid. My other dog is named Tips, and she is a lab mix, and she is pretty gentle and easy to get along with. But she hates cats and would chase them all day if I let her. Again, oh my gosh, I need to pause somewhere. So I'm going to show you how I fixed it. I have two dogs, and I love them. Again, this right here, I have a conjunction. I have a comma before the conjunction. My first dog is named Swish. She is a border collie mix. I use a semicolon. These two sentences are related. She's a little overweight, but she has a ton of energy. Again, a comma and then a conjunctions. She could chase a ball or stick all day long unless there was a storm. That's why you proofread. You gotta add the A. She's afraid of storms and she hides under the beds during them. This time I just kind of changed the wording around. I may actually work on that a little bit more at some point. I think it can be better, but right now it's fine. My other dog is named Tips. She's a lab mix and is pretty gentle and easy to go along with. However, she hates cat. I use that however again. That helps. She would chase him all day if I let her. Again, I use the semicolon. However, she hates cats. She would chase him all day. Those are both related sentences, and I didn't want to start a new sentence, so I used a semicolon instead. All right, here's what you're going to do. Okay, again, here are your writing tips. Have short sentences and long sentences. Make compound sentences using conjunction. Combine two related sentences with a semicolon, and don't be afraid to change the wording. What I want you to do right now is I want you to fix this paragraph. I'm going to let you look at it and study it for a minute. This should be at least 4 or 5 sentences. So look at it and see how you can correct it to make it better. Take your time, you're not in a hurry. All of my capitalization is correct, so don't change any of that. Just work on making sure that you get some periods in there. Break it up a little bit. Okay, don't be afraid to go back and look at the examples if you need to. All right, here's the next thing I want you to do. Okay, I want you to do some writing yourself. I want you to write a paragraph, one paragraph, not an essay, just a paragraph about what you did over spring break. Give some details, and you see the picture. It's raining in the picture because I know your spring break was raining. But you're going to give some details. You should write about 4 or 5 sentences. I want to make sure that you avoid run-on sentences. That's the whole focus, right? And then take your time and make sure you proofread. There should be no spelling or punctuation errors. Okay? I'm going to look at that, and I'm going to take points off if I need to. And there are a couple ways you can start. This is ways you could start. You don't have to start this way. But my spring break was very relaxing. Tell what you did to relax. The whole paragraph should be about what you did to relax. My family did a lot of exciting things over spring break. Okay, if that's how you want to start, say that, and then tell me some exciting things you did over spring break. My spring break was incredibly boring. That's fine. Some of it probably were, but make sure that you tell me why it was boring. Again, our goal is 4 or 5 sentences. Okay, here are your writing tips again. I'm not going to read them, but I'm going to keep them on there for you. I'm going to try to get the screen so where you can see the whole thing. Close enough? All right, get at it. All right, so we're done today. All I want you to do right now is look at my joke. It's awesome. What did the left eye say to the right eye? Between us, something smells. That's hilarious. Okay, I love you guys. Have a fantastic day, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.